Immediately noped the fuck out on us, because of course she did. She left us a book, which wasn't a whole lot of help, but we did manage to figure out that we needed to go through the mirror. And we went through the mirror, and now we are stuck in a mirror alternate dimension. Gorath and McMuffin fucked around with a few of the mirrors, and then McMuffin asked Gorath to throw him closer to, I don't know how you would describe it, the center of the mirrors, the center of the web of mirrors, and there's glitter dust all over the floor that's sticky, and Gorath throwing McMuffin didn't work out too well, and now McMuffin is stuck, and there is a giant spider descending upon him.
Sounds super fun.
Yep.
Yeah, so you guys are in, again, it's really like the mirror plane. It's this different thing that looks like a noir movie, kind of. It's shadowy, a little distorted, kind of crunchy around the edges of all things. Like nothing has any sharp detail. It's all a little janky and dreamlike. Just trying to reset the story, the scene a bit, and just So I don't remember why McMuffin wanted to be thrown.
He wanted to get closer. He thought he could. He thought end of the tunnel if he got thrown. And I really thought if I got high enough roll I could, but we were
trying to get towards the more lighted center of the mirrors, just because we don't really have a strong idea of where we need to go.
Right.
So McMuffin was like, "Hey, there's this sticky stuff all over the floor. Maybe I can have Gorath throw me past it." And that didn't work out so well. So here we are.
Not so much. Yeah, cool. So, and I remember it was like you threw him like 20, 30 feet, which was impressive.
Yep.
And
when it comes to human shock put, that's not bad.
Yeah. And if memory serves, McMuffin was only wearing a robe, and he's now stuck to the robe came undone.
The back.
Yeah,
back, I think, is what we specified.
He is stuck to the floor.
Small mercies.
No, I think if I remember, he was face up, and and no longer robed. Let's say, and I don't know. So, and yes, there was a very large mirror-like, reflective spider descending upon him. And I can't remember, Gorath, what was your hit points? I remember you healed a little bit.
A very little bit. I'm at 13.
13, cool. Gorath has all his belongings because he dove into the fountain that brought you here, essentially.
Fountain.
With all his crap, because he doesn't care, because he's just, an orc crazy person. McMuffin.
And unfortunate. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I've been thinking about this outside of our session, and I really can't think of any natural enemies of creatures made of mirrors except opera singers or ugly people. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to proceed with this.
And psionics, perhaps.
Gorath just has to look at the thing, and it goes and shatters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
McMuffin has an elaborate robe. It's my favorite.
Yes.
And if I remember correctly, you guys both picked up some silver short swords or katanas or whatever,
You said that they could be thrown.
They definitely could be thrown. They're definitely, not that it matters, but they are finesse weapons, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, and that they can. I believe McMuffin also grabbed an intricate. It was a sling with intricate leatherwork. Yeah, that you stole, and a bunch of stones that are light, but like somehow dense. It's smooth, very interesting. Definitely uncommon. Nothing you've seen before. And you also had one of the silver. Yulia, you did as well. You guys split them. And Yulia, you have a holy symbol, and McMuffin, you had a mirror.
Yep, silver. Yeah, his inventory is bare. It has like a silver mirror, 20 feet of rope, water skin, 2 gemstones, a banner, flag, and a scroll.
And you carried all those with you? I thought you left most of that behind.
No, he left everything. Most of his other items left, like his guns and stuff. But like,
yeah, okay.
Rope he carried, and like the water skins, because that's literally a youth agent drink. Yeah, and everything else he has is something he got already here, or something he had.
Oh, you guys still... Gorath, I thought, had the wineskin full of the pool.
I do have a water skin of the pool water, the vitality.
Yeah, he hasn't used that yet.
We don't even know what that's going to do. Can't wait to find out.
We have no idea yet.
Yeah, we don't have any clue what these drinks will do, but we'll figure out when we're near death store.
It just seemed like a good idea to take them at the time.
Right. It really does.
I found a gold box and an amethyst necklace, and a coral brooch, and some gemstones, and
I think
signet ring.
We're using air quotes when you say found?
Found, yep.
Okay.
That's how you find things, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, sure.
You go into people's houses and they're just there.
Yeah, like in Zelda.
Cool. And so, yeah, you threw him closer to the large mirror that you guys still are probably another... You're still a ways away, like 30, 50 feet maybe. Cool. Spider is coming down. I'm going to say Spider is, let's say it's menacing you. Maybe within tens of feet from you.
All right, let's see. How are the dice going to treat me today? I don't think I have a strength modifier. No. Oh, you said they were finesse weapons. Does that mean if I throw them, I get my dex mod?
Yep.
All right. That's probably not going to help because the dice have not been nice to me very often.
7.
That's a 7. I throw my short sword at the spider's head, face, eyes.
Okay, yeah, you can... So you're probably... Gorath threw him 20, 30 feet. Mm-hmm. But you can see it coming down from, like, shadowy above, like this. At some point, there's darkness above. You can't really see a ceiling, but it's coming from up there somewhere. Mm-hmm. I would suggest, like, at 30 feet, you can probably see... Yeah, you can see legs and probably teeth. Or, whatever.
Mandibles.
I always thought that was the weirdest word. Cool, so you huck this at... Did you say its head? Did you decide?
I'm aiming for its eyes. I'm aware with a 7 that's not all that great, but my goal is to remove at least one of its senses.
Okay. Cool. And a 7 hits. Cool. I would say you probably didn't hit its eyes, but, like, it's stuck in it, maybe.
Okay.
And it is probably going to... I would say, I think it will. We're going to use the black dice. It shoots a web at you, because like you got its attention at least, and it stopped descending, and it tried to shoot a little bit of web action at you, and it probably did like a screech, like that is a little shrill and like unsettling, and it probably rattles, like the mirrors on the wall.
Can I try to roll away from it?
You don't have to, because it missed you.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's see if it hits Gorath. No, misses Gorath too. It just it was surprised.
Okay.
It had seen you, but
how much damage did you do, Julia?
That's a good question.
Is that just a 1?
It's a 2d6 now.
2d6,
right.
yeah. And that that damage will also be a +1, because that.
So 6 total.
Yeah, that is a
it.
+1 silver. You guys decide what it looks like. Cool.
So that was my one and only throwing weapon, my one and only ranged weapon. Gorath, I hope you have a great idea.
It's alright, I got one. And Gorath will hand her his axe.
Yeah, there you go. What kind of axe is... that's a small axe, too. It's probably also a throwing weapon, if you would like.
Alrighty.
And, was it a big
Gorath.
axe, or... Gorath, was it a big or a small?
Let me... I've got the stats. Let me find the rules sheet.
I want to see... I hope it's a huge one that... it's like bigger
Yulia's just struggling to even drag it over.
Yeah. It's a great axe. It's going to be hilarious.
It's a +1, which makes it a martial weapon. So yeah, it's a...
Oh god.
Do you think...
It's a one-handed axe, but it's on the larger side.
Would you expect Yulia to be able to wield such a thing?
Yeah, honestly, it's not like a great axe or anything like that. I think she would be able to wield it.
Cool.
She's probably just not used to wielding an axe.
Right, and
considering her background.
I'm sure it would. I mean, just for Yulia, what would normally be a one-handed weapon or a one-handed axe might be a two-handed.
Yeah, cool. I'm down with that. And then let's say we can't throw that then, because that would probably be kind of hilarious. But yeah. And as you hand him that, Yulia drops what used to be a basketball-sized ball of twine, which is now like a plum-sized ball of twine. Because now you're wielding something.
Yeah.
Because I remember you had that. You guys probably also drop your candles. Because...
just stick it in one of the piles of goo.
Yeah, sure. I mean, there's enough light down here. Light is emanating from the candles, and the larger mirror is definitely giving you some nice backlight to see. So you could probably see some cool mandible, reflections or the shadows on the wall, like mandible puppets. Wonderful. Cool. Now what? What you got? Gorath, I would say it's your turn.
Yeah, if nobody else wants to go immediately, I think Yulia will crouch down to the ground and sort of stick the twine on the spider web and try to jiggle it to create movement, and try to distract the spider in the direction of the movement on the web.
Okay.
Just get it away from McMuffin.
Okay.
McMuffin's just really annoyed and kind of screaming.
Yeah, so
he's just like, help!
Yeah, he's like, you have to kill the thing! The thing! And you're probably pointing up. Get that!
Well, he can't point his body is stuck to the ground.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me, let's see if, let's just diafate that. Yeah, I would say you have motion in one arm, and that's it.
Okay. Yeah, he's pointing with one arm.
And you were the last to go, so I'd say Gorath, you're up.
Yeah, Gorath will move forward, but he's going to like move as if he were in like mud.
And
he understands the stickiness of the ground, and so he's going to take determined steps, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so he'll begin to move towards the spider and draw out his skull sword and give a nice battle cry.
Just roll me a strength check. I just want to check this out.
Let's see, what is my strength? That's 3.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah, so I think you're going rather quickly, right? Like you're more using the sticky to your feet as more like a way to like bang your feet and to make more noise. You're like, doing you're just kind of bang just like quickly as you can make really loud bangs with your feet.
Yep.
And I'm going to say, oh yeah, you've got its attention. It's still not rolling down now. It's like an amount of eyes are all kind of looking at you. What do you want to do?
Well, I imagine I'm not in melee range yet. And I don't really have much. I could just try and be like, "Get out of here, you giant spider!"
I would say, based on your roll, that your movement is pretty much normal, especially because you got such a good roll. Which is why I wanted you to do that. And I would say you could cover that ground.
All right. In that case, I would cover that ground and take a hearty stab upwards.
Cool. Let's have it.
2d6. Add my strength to that?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. It's cutting me off a little bit.
Oh, sorry. Woo!
Nice.
That's looking good. Cool. So, yeah, roll me some...
Good.
Roll me some damage. Oh!
Even better!
Damn.
Yeah. Cool. Like, so explain what you're doing here. How did that go?
So I just stomp up to it and I look at it and it's looking down at me and it's going
Yeah.
And as it's making the little noise at me, I see its little mouth and I just go, I'm going to put my sword in that and just stab right into its little glass mouth.
Awesome. And it is like really pissed off now. It's like, damn. Just 1 second. Let me do a little math here. Cool.
Yulia holds up a sign reading 10 on the opposite end of the battlefield.
Yeah, totally.
Good job. Good marks from the judges.
Woo!
Yeah, and with such a good roll, he doesn't get a chance to get back at you. Like, that thing is reeling, like, ugh. It might have gone up a little, climbed up a little on the thing. That's cool. McMuffin, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
Do you want to, you could.
McMuffin's going to try to get up and, detangle himself from this mess.
Yeah, give me a strength check. Let's check it out.
Oh, God. What's strength? I think it's +1, maybe. Let me check. It's a +1.
Cool. 2d6 +1. Yo, yeah. You're
That's the thing.
So you get up, like, yeah, you sit up, and it just rips the hair, any hair you had on your back, you are completely exfoliated. And that probably hurts like a biatch. And
I roll for damage.
No damage. Just more like pain.
Brazilian waxing.
Whew, yeah, man, that is... Oh, and like...
A manzillion.
Yeah, and you're able to, like, lift your leg. All of the hair on your leg is gone. And, like, you roll over on, like, your knees. You are not able to get your robe, though. So you're naked as a jaybird. And, like...
Meanwhile, the moment he gets up, he's crouched?
Yeah, well, like, you're like... You tell me. Like, you can stand up if you want.
The moment, like, he sits up, he feels he sort of, like, stands up in a sort of quickness, realizes he's naked, and then the sudden pain of all the hair on his back is gone. He immediately just starts, he, like, screams. And he falls to, right back to his knees.
Yeah. I can see
I'm naked, sticky, and afraid.
Yeah, I can see.
I don't like
just
this.
Like just the sheer pain kind of has you like, you know, it's like, oh, like you're on one knee, like, you know, crouched, just trying to get over, you know, like ripping the Band-Aid off, and you're like, oh, you just need a second to like gather yourself. But you could easily stand. It's no big deal. Cool. And because of Gorath's hit, like this spider doesn't get a chance to go at you, because Gorath's right there next to you, I would think, right? Like he just stabbed up, and you did that thing like almost simultaneously, which is cool. Yulia, what do you got?
That's all of, well, that's a good question. Can I throw the axe that I have?
I'm not sure you could throw. You're not probably used to an axe, and that's not a throwing axe. Like I'm not sure that would go well.
Yeah, probably not. Okay, let me see here. I really don't have any other useful items. This is kind of a crazy question.
Cool.
Can I try to roll out the remaining twine and create a pathway that has sort of a barrier between the soles of my shoes and the spider web?
Like, what do you mean? I don't know. Oh, like to use the twine as like a to be able to walk easier on the stickiness? I don't get it.
Okay. I'm somebody who knits and crochets, so
Sure.
I know that when you unwind yarn or twine or something like that, you can sort of fill in spaces by looping it around itself and creating more of a solid surface. So she wants to be able to get over to the spider to hit it just regular melee without getting stuck to the web herself. I don't know if that makes sense.
It does. So, can you explain what you're doing? I'm just not seeing it. Like, just like walk me through what you're doing.
So you unwind a large length of twine. Mm-hmm. You throw it out in front of you, and then you pull it back towards you and let the twine fall as it does, and do that again and again. I wish I could draw it for you.
Using the twine basically, like as a rope. You make a layer of fiber between you and the web. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Thus lessening the stickiness? Is that the idea?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Cool. How the fuck am I going to roll for that? I'm going to say...
You could just roll a die of fate and see if it works or not. I mean,
cool.
Yulia could be totally wrong, and this wouldn't help her at all.
Okay. A couple things happen.
Okay.
First off, Yeah, you grab the twine and you kind of pull it to get as much as you can. Mm-hmm. And there's no resistance at all. Like, the twine, you're like, and you kind of, for a fleeting second, you're like, okay.
Wait, I pull the twine off of the web and there's no resistance?
No, you pulled the twine, like, you wanted to make, you wanted as much twine as you could get, so you pulled from whence it came, and there, it appears it is no longer attached to anything on the other end.
Oh dear, that's okay. That's not good. All right.
And I'm imagining like you give like, it's an Indiana Jones reference. I don't know how much.
We have seen Indiana Jones.
Yeah, okay, where it's just like you're like, that's not good. You have this horrible expression, and yet it doesn't deter you from movement whatsoever, and you do your little thing. I'm guessing you're doing like you're whipping it out there and like basically making yourself like a little extra, a little less stickiness, right? Like,
yeah, it's just intended to be some sort of layer between my feet and the web.
Yeah, and you do it, and then so now let's do a strength check as you. I'm going to say you're attempting to dash over there, probably. Run.
Yep, and would that be a strength check or a dexterity?
In this case, I think it's strength because you're trying to not stick to the floor.
Oh, God. All right. 10.
You get it. Let's do it.
Woohoo!
You
All right.
You easily
Booyah.
Close that distance. And I was going to give you actually advantage but you didn't need it. Because of your you got a 4 on your Die of Fate, so that's pretty good. It's all in concert here. It seems pretty right on. So nice ingenuity. Yeah, you close that distance, and you could definitely, you could swing that axe, man. Let's see this.
Yep, Yulia closes the distance and swings her axe. 2d6 again.
Oh, 11. Nice.
Damn. You sure?
Oh! For 7 damage.
Yeah, what'd you teach?
8 because of plus 1.
Teach her?
Oh, you're right. 8 damage.
Yeah, sweet.
She does the Xena warrior princess like ululating as she does it.
Cool. Well, this thing, you catch it like right in its eye, I think, and just like you take off a percentage of its eyes. Let's say.
I just imagine her swinging the axe, and because she's not used to it, she's swinging with the blunt end, but the blunt end hits the silver sword that's stuck in its eye and just like snatches the sword in deeper.
Yeah, totally. And this thing again does a shrill, shrieking sound, and just bolts the other way up up from whence it came. He is out of there.
Gorath will reach down and attempt to wrench McMuffin and his robe from the webbing.
McMuffin is covering himself. Please give me my clothes back. And in fact, he's going to look around and say, "Are there any mirrors nearby?"
Any what?
Mirrors?
Like other.
Oh.
So we can steal some clothes from McMuffin.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
That
you
is exactly the plan.
You guys are still headed towards like the a large mirror that you can see. Like,
he wants clothes now.
Is there more web in the way?
No. Well, it's still sticky, but like there's apparently no threat that you can see.
All right. Let's go check it out.
But
you're right, McMuffin.
I want clothes.
You have a robe. There are no clothes.
You're fighting like an orc right now, so I'm proud of you.
No. if orcs sit around sticky in weird black goo and afraid, I don't like this at all.
I don't know about the goo, but we fight naked.
McMuffin still pauses for me and says, that's I have many words for that. Some are very inappropriate, and some are for
some of my favorite words are inappropriate.
But I don't want to go into the conversation of birds and bees, so just give me my robe back, please.
Not listening to this conversation.
I'll give him back his robe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dons his robe, and he's just sort of starts walking. He says under his breath, I don't want to know anything about how orc culture works if they're fighting naked.
It's beautiful combat.
Definitely not. And McMuffin starts walking faster.
I remember the first time I had my naked combat.
I don't want to hear about your sword fighting, please.
Sword fighting.
God damn it.
I'm sorry.
Perfect.
That was totally purposeful. That's what he was thinking.
And Gorath is just totally oblivious.
Yep.
As he...
Alright, let's
I
find
heard
our
there was
next
a
mirror.
human culture that did something similar. It was like the gecko rimmons.
Let's talk, Igor, from we're walking.
And we're walking. And we're walking.
Cool.
Alright. What do we see in front of us as far as mirrors go?
Cool. So you guys walk just a little further. It was only like, another 30 feet, 40 feet. And this one's very large. It's like it's full size. It goes to the floor to ceiling, but it's not it's taller than Gorath even. So it's a very large mirror, and you guys can see. You look through it, and you can see it looks like a huge hedge, like grassy hedge. Like you can't even. You'd have to stick your head through the mirror to see the top of it. And it looks like there's a pathway. You can't see anything else. And, it seems strange that because you're outside, it seems like, right? Like it's clearly like just like a grassy hedge.
Before I stick my head through a random mirror, can Yulia do some of her magic?
That's a good call.
We'll see if it actually works this time. Alright. That would be 2d6 plus...
Are you asking me?
It's 2d6. Yes. So it's just 2d6.
Okay.
Yep.
Plus your level.
Yep.
Or wait, no. Never mind. It's just 2d6, and then the healing is plus your level.
5. Not so much.
No, I thought we said... Didn't we say both?
Is it both?
Yeah. Because I like that it levels, because it's kind of key that it levels, right? Because you guys
I would
are
hope
leveling.
so.
Yeah. So let's say that's a 10. Nice.
So, okay. All right. I'll take a 10, and then 1d6 for the actual healing, or 1d6 plus level for the actual healing.
Oh, this was you. That was you trying to roll. I'm sorry. I'm screwing this all up.
I feel like we go through this every time I try to heal.
I know.
Yeah.
So this one is. Oh, now I can't remember either. Gorath, what did we have written down? Oh, that they made heal and cure. Oh, it's so annoying.
Yep.
Let's see. And they don't clarify it in the World of Dungeons rules. So what we had come up with was that you rolled basically like a to hit, or whether it'll be successful.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's 2d6. And on a 7 or a 7 through 10, you get healing of 1d6 plus level. And on an 11 or higher, it's 1d6 plus the level times 2.
Right. And sadly, that didn't work because a 5 ain't going to cut
Nope.
it. Cool.
Nope.
Sorry, I'm forgetting my own stupid rules. No, that's super good.
I mean, it's kind of their fault. They really did not clarify in the rules how this is supposed to work, at least.
Totally.
Reasonably.
But I still love it. I love that we made it up. I just couldn't remember what we had made up. Because we haven't had to cure for a while. It's been weeks.
Yeah. And you got me around, so if you need someone to make up some really just overly complicated rules, I'm your guy.
Awesome. So, sadly, that doesn't help.
I think it thematically it could make sense. It's, we're in a fucking portal dimension, and she's having trouble mustering her...
Oh, for sure.
Powers.
Yeah. Faith magic.
Yeah. And
could I use my holy symbol to booster that?
I mean, you could try communing with your deity if you would like.
I'll certainly give it a shot. I don't know how well it'll work in Mirror World.
I don't either. We haven't done this for a while either. I'm pulling up some rules here because we were, if I remember right, we were talking about you can basically ask your goddess, in this case, what was it, like, for guidance or a question or something, right?
Yeah, so it wouldn't be directly gaining power, at least not how we've used it in the past.
Yeah, so, I mean, you're going to have to ask a very specific question, like, I don't know if, like, hey, can you heal him is necessarily a specific question, right? I guess you could ask that.
I guess, I don't have any real equipment on me except for the holy symbol, so I guess my very specific question would be, I use...
Actually,
go ahead.
You cannot do this, and here's why. You left your holy water behind, didn't you?
God damn it. All right.
So, but here's another thing, another little wrinkle I'm going to put in here. You guys have not slept for a very long time.
Yeah, we might incur exhaustion.
You're getting very close to it. And I'm like, so, just to put that out there, that might be, I mean, you guys do you, but like, where do you feel safe sleeping in the Mirror Land?
Yeah, I was going to say we could cross over into beyond Mirrorland and take a rest because we know for sure that there is a spider in here, and yeah, I'll take my chances with the devil I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah, agreed.
Well, then let's go on through.
All right.
Cool.
And we venture forth through the mirror into the hedge.
Who's first?
I guess I could go first.
Cool.
It was my idea.
Sure.
So very much second.
Cool. Gorath does the cool, like, it's kind of cool when you like cruise through these things because like you guys from this side can see like it looks the other side of the mirror is kind of just like a dimmer version, right? Like you're looking through it, but you can see stuff, and but it's still kind of cool. It's like walking through water almost from your vantage point, right? Mm-hmm. It's cool. On the other side, it'd be hilariously different. But like, either way. So the game camera flips to the other side, and we watch Gorath's, like, I'm going to say Gorath, like, pokes his head through and kind of looks both ways first, mm-hmm. and then just, like, with very little hesitation, just bolts right through, just kind of like, whatever. And what you see is, you can see, yes, you're standing in front of, like, it's like a 30-foot hedge. It's crazy. Very tall. And you're in, like a clearing. It's very squared off. these are cut very, it's well manicured, and it looks like you might be in a maze. Because you're in like a fairly large clearing. It's like 30 by 30. 30-foot hedges that you cannot see. You can see the sky, but you can't see anything else. And then there's two paths. One basically straight ahead, let's just say from your vantage point north. And then there is another way to the west. And as you turn around, you see it's kind of weird because there's this really large mirror just in the middle of a maze, or just like in a clearing, but then just encapsulated with 30-foot hedges. Interesting.
Gorath will be unsettled.
It's a little unsettling.
And then McMuffin and Yulia will tumble through.
Mm-hmm.
And knock him over. Die of fate. Do we bowling pin him over?
Let's find out.
Yes.
Do you want to bowl him over, or do you not want to bowl him over? It's always...
I mean, meta, I'm totally aiming. Yulia probably isn't, but I am.
Okay.
Muffin's trying to go to sleep, so he doesn't care what's in his way.
So you guys bump into each other, and like all three of you tumble down.
Excellent.
And McMuffin's robe opens again.
Damn it!
Or better yet, McMuffin is covered in the sticky stuff and like walks into the back of Gorath and is now stuck to the back of Gorath.
God.
Totally canon. Love it.
Dear.
Totally. Oh God.
Okay, and with that, now let's actually take 6-minute break.
Fiver.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Let's make it
Not a
6
30-minute
minutes
break?
for fun. It's divisible by 6 at least. You guys are laying on top of each other. I'm going to say that while his robe came ajar, McMuffin is stuck to the back of Gorath a little bit.
Oh dear.
It's a little unsettling for everyone. You don't get off. You don't get a pass by just witnessing it. Let's just say.
I'm assuming did we fall at this point? Did we?
Let's find out. You did.
We did fall?
Yep, you fell. You are prone.
Okay.
You are standing. Sorry, that was a Monty Python joke.
What'd you have in mind there, McMuffin?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry that you said something. McMuffin, being as we fall, McMuffin sort of assesses the situation and he sort of realizes what will happen, and all he says is, "My mom always told me that this only happens when you get married." So I would ask kindly, or Gorath, that I don't want to get married, and my mom says she doesn't care who I get married to, but I don't think she'd be happy if it worked.
Racist.
So and then he paused for me and says, "I know it's mean, but I mean, my mom's kind of dumb." But yeah, I don't. Can you please stop doing this?
Doing what?
Gorath, I'm stuck to your backside, naked.
Oh, right. I could see how that could be uncomfortable.
Are you not uncomfortable?
Well, I'm a little, but I think humans are a bit more weird about being naked. So let me just pull you off here.
Terrible choice of words, but still.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh god. Okay. Meanwhile, Yulia is inspecting the mirror. I don't know if that would be a plus wisdom or a plus intelligence, but yep, inspecting the mirror.
It depends what you're looking for.
I'm looking to see if it looks in any way magical or interesting. If you put a mirror at the center of a maze, there must be something about it.
Well, we did just walk through it.
Well, yes, we also reached through a lady's vanity mirror, so I don't know that it's inherently special.
You don't know?
I don't know, that's what I just said.
Why are you getting defensive, Yulia? Because McMuffin stuck to my backside.
This is still really weird.
I'm waiting for Gorath to look around to see if there's a dog he could kill and present to McMuffin.
Oh, God.
Gorath, this is really uncomfortable. Get me off your back, please.
I'm trying to get you off.
I would not appreciate
I am trying to remove you from my back.
Yeah, please don't get me off.
Oh, God.
Wow. Also, phrasing?
What?
The session has taken a turn. I don't...
Yeah.
For the worst.
Curve, you could say. Is a 9 enough to get him off?
Phrasing! It really is.
See it as the bad thing.
No, it's fine.
We will never speak of this again.
We won't. Let's. And he sort of, can I have my clothes? Please, I need clothes. That's all. And he sort of turns away, looking for something. He doesn't even mention it. He just sort of looks away and just starts looking for something.
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot of leaves, and you're covered in kind of spider webs, so you could just roll around in the leaves.
He finds a literal fig leaf.
Yep.
Yes, Adam.
Mm-hmm.
Yulia, was that 9 for your mirror?
Yeah, the 9 was the 2d6, and I'm wondering if I add any of my stats to it. I have a +3 for intelligence and a +2 for wisdom. I'll take the +2. I don't mind.
I think what you're trying to do is just like ascertain something. You're not trying to remember if you've seen this before or read it.
Right. I'm just saying if there's anything familiar about it, anything I can recognize, or if it's just a plain mirror and I have no idea what's going on.
Totally. So perception, probably, and perception to me is always wisdom.
Okay, so that would be an 11.
Cool. Yes. So it's an excellent question. Are these mirrors magical, right? And that's that's not something you can necessarily ascertain. Let me just say, like, there's nothing necessarily magical about this mirror that you can tell. Like, that's not how this works. Is basically.
Are there any markings on it? Is it just a plain, regular-looking mirror?
This mirror is. It has some markings on it because mirrors were a pretty big deal back then, right? Like early on, mirrors were any shiny object. Poor people, better look in a lake or something.
In the water.
Or made out of silver or whatever. Because I looked this up because I wanted to know. Come to find out that no, glass mirrors or whatever became a thing in the time period that I generally that we're in. So, but they were still expensive as hell. Yeah, poor people. Yeah, look in that pond, man. Good luck. Find a puddle. So yes, this is and because this one is so large, it is very fancy. It is, this specific one is very heavy, very large. And it's kind of, like it's leaning back a little, like it's kind of on a pedestal. And it definitely has, the name of the maker on it. And I will ask you what name you see. Like its brand or, where it comes from or something. And you tell me what it is.
I mean, for quite a lot of brands that I've seen on handmade items like this, it would be a symbol rather than a name.
Awesome. What would the symbol be, you think?
Just for the sake of throwing a wrench into whatever you've been planning, I'll make the symbol the same symbol that we saw on the leg band of the crows that were following us when we were in the hot air balloon.
Okay. So it is a talon, let's say, or a raven. Okay. Do you want it to be the same thing? That would have been a talon symbol. The symbol of like a bird foot.
Yep,
cool.
I will go ahead and say that that's exactly what it is, and I'll sort of point this out to Gorath and McMuffin. Say, hey, I've seen this before. This is from such and such.
Well, that's a good sign.
Where?
Remember when we were flying, I think this was before we entered the time rift, we had a couple of crows or ravens that were following us, and they would circle around and land on the boat occasionally, but they were following us when we were flying.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't they have like a band or something like that with the signet?
They did. They had a marked band on their legs.
Yep.
Oh. Maybe we should look for the owner then. They might be nearby. And plus, they might have an extra spare of clothes. I'm not over this until I find something.
We should definitely try to find our way out of this maze. Oh, I don't like that sound, Brian.
Right.
Don't giggle like that. I don't like it.
Awesome.
Question.
Yep.
How tall are the hedges?
30 feet.
30?
30 feet.
I mean, Yulia probably knows that the easiest way to get to the center of a maze is to pick a side, either right or left wall, and just follow that wall all the way around.
4.8 to orcs tall.
Why don't we just climb it?
Gorath will look at McMuffin and be like, why didn't I think of that?
Let's climb it. Sounds easy.
Gorath will use his athletics to attempt to climb the hedges.
Cool.
So will McMuffin.
Cool. Hold on, I have to sit up for this. Oh, let's use the blood red dice, I think. Oh.
Ooh, spicy.
Cool, so... let me... Gorath is first. You go up to the hedge, probably... I don't know, maybe just like the closest one to you. You chose the right side. You grab onto it. It doesn't do anything. And you start climbing. Well, I have to read this for a second. And good. You are like a vine kind of bolts out and grabs you and restrains you. And you take 3 damage because it has razor sharp little guys on it that dig into your skin. And you're no longer climbing. I'm going to say you're 3 feet off the ground. You know, like you took a big, jump in. So yeah, you got 3 damage, and then that's not good. 1 sec, I gotta find this. And this thing, so you're restrained. You took 3 damage from just like cuts from the razor sharp stuff. And then you take 10 more damage, but this is poisonous.
Gorath is down.
Yeah, Gorath is not happy at all.
Gorath goes, main bush!
Okay, wait, so McMuffin takes 3 damage and Gorath takes 10?
No. Gorath
takes 13.
Takes 13.
13, Jesus, okay.
McMuffin, a similar vine with razor sharp, little bumpies, tries to grab you, and you evade it somehow. Which is good luck for you. But Gorath is being probably strangled. He's definitely grappled. Like, he wouldn't be able to move even if he was awake, and he's not anymore. And he's poisoned.
Wonderful.
You probably don't know he's poisoned, but like you can see he's sleepy. And he's no longer, and he's being held up 3 feet off the ground by this vine.
I feel like I totally forgot to mention this, but Yulia would have probably left the axe, but she would have grabbed the short sword from the spider before it ran away.
Sure.
Okay, so she's going to try and leap into action and cut her companions free.
Cool. So yeah, roll me. You're kind of jumping up and like hacking at this thing with your sword.
Yep.
Plus
Yep,
your
and
dex.
with a 6 plus dex.
Yeah.
Only if you're throwing it. Probably.
Oh, okay. So plus, is there a plus anything to it?
Plus strength.
Not for strength. I can certainly try and throw the sword. That would bring me into a 7 at the very least.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. For these ones, I did say they were kind of like they're throwing and slash, so they're finesse.
Right.
I don't hate the idea of I've always so like finesse weapons in D&D, you can use your dex with them.
Right.
On normal attacks, on all attacks, basically. I'm okay with that. Because both of you guys are dexy. I'm good with that.
All right. So that'll bring me to a 7. It's not great, but...
Cool. That's not great. So roll some damage. Boom.
8.
All right. Cool. So you definitely cut into this thing, and it drops Gorath. And it hits you.
Okay.
Oh, shit. For 10 damage.
Ouch. Let me take a look.
Ooh, and then, yeah.
Okay, I'm not down, but that's great.
And then you are also poisoned for 8 damage right now. But so
okay.
you are poisoned. So you what did I say? What was that first one?
10.
Shit. Yeah, so you're 18.
So I am down I am down to 2 hit points, you guys.
Oh. Okay. Where is McMuffin right now?
So McMuffin, I think you probably saw the vine. It tried to do the same deal to you, grapple you. I'm going to say you jumped down to avoid it because it missed you. So you're on the ground, and both the vines have retracted.
Do they look hostile still or no?
You don't even see them anymore.
Where'd they come from? The hedge?
Yep.
Yeah, they came from the hedge.
Okay. McMuffin's going to walk over to Gorath and Yuli and say, I think maybe now's the time we should take a rest. You want me to scout on ahead?
Probably a good idea to rest.
I mean, you should probably...
Magic.
Yeah. You want to cure some poison, for sure.
Okay. How do we want to do cure? It is a special ability.
It is. So that was definitely, we were rolling the advantage, right?
Okay.
Gorath, did we write that down? The cure?
No, but I can add that in. Cure is kind of what we're using as heal. Cure is the active healing wounds and curing ailments.
Yeah, so she's trying to cure you guys of poison.
So for advantage, I get 3d6 and I take the top 2, correct?
Yep. So
that would give me a 12. You
just critted that. So
yep.
I'm gonna say you don't even have to roll. We should probably decide. I can't remember. Were we saying 3d6 is like the amount? Was it the same deal? Is cure just basically a beefier heal? Is that what we were saying?
Heal is when you're rolling hit dice.
Hit points versus status or ailments or things like that.
Yeah. Cure is active healing and curing ailments.
Yeah.
And when you crit on it, we did a 1d6 plus your level times 2 and cures ailments.
Yeah, cool. So let's roll that 1d6 plus 5.
Okay.
Plus 10.
Plus 10, yeah. Well,
plus 10?
Plus 5 times 2. So let's do the whole thing times 2. Right?
16.
Yeah. So you did 1d6, it was 6. Oh, so let's do, because that would have been 11. Let's do 22. Right? I'm saying 1d6 plus 5, there's your 11, right? Times 2.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right? Okay, 22.
I mean, hell yeah. So on a crit, for sure, we don't even have to worry about it. You guys are no longer poisoned. I'm going to say you're doing because cure is more like a... Well, yeah. So for cure... No, because that was different than... Because we were saying that you could also do the sleep. So you definitely did that to one of you. Did you do him first or you first?
Gorath, how many hit points do you have?
0.
You're at 0? Okay, I'll go ahead.
He's dead.
Gorath. Yeah, Gorath is the first priority.
Cool. So Gorath, you have 21 hit points or whatever. What was your max?
23.
Cool.
Oh, 21.
You wake up in a start, it's probably so startling you sit up and jump up, right?
Angry bush!
You want to do the same? Do you want to roll for you as well?
Yes.
Julia, you don't look so good.
So that would be a 10.
Yeah, you're killing it.
So for a 10, you don't get the times 2.
No, but
So it would just be a plus 5.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be an 11.
Sweet.
I'll take it.
Yeah. But if you guys are resting, you can heal up fully anyway. But like, let's get you out of death's door there, because poison is per turn. It's not going to be good.
Yep. All right. So everyone has been cured of poison, or is McMuffin still?
McMuffin wasn't.
McMuffin hasn't. I don't think Muffin actually got hurt in the last the last combat. Anyhow.
Okay. Okay. Good.
At least not physically.
No. His pride.
Some psychic damage, maybe.
his pride, is a 0 right now. It's terrible.
Yeah, we should probably take a rest.
Right. So, in looking at the mirror, you noticed that the mirror is positioned so that you could see, like, each row, like each exit, basically each path can see the long view of the other path. I meant to add this, but we started climbing. So Yulia, on your roll for investigating the mirror, including that you are like, this is not magical, but there's something about it, clearly. And ascertaining the brand, you notice the position was advantageous to see down each row. Thus, like, giving you a little, you can see that there's nothing down either side. If that helps in your investigation for checking out if the coast is clear.
Okay, so we basically just have to pick a side and check it out and see what there is. Mm-hmm.
Or you could rest.
Well,
I mean, you guys decide.
I think we should rest, and then we should just pick a side and continue down it.
Well, so I just want to go over the options so we're clear. Like, you guys are in what appears like it's probably a maze, right? It's pretty obvious, like, you've seen a maze before. So that's interesting. Is this safer to sleep here than in the mirror world? Yeah, maybe so. Is it safer to sleep? Is it safer to sleep here than perhaps going through a different mirror in the mirror world? I don't know. And do you want to check this place out? Go for it. Yeah, go for it.
I have a question.
Yep.
We did pass through other mirrors we could fit through.
Correct.
Did we?
Yeah.
I mean, we passed by one that, like, McMuffin could fit through. Mm-hmm. Well, and maybe Yulia.
I'll sleep with this spider.
I mean,
McMuffin says, why don't we just... Well, continue, Brian?
No, that's what I was saying. It's like, that is an option. I just want you guys to be aware of your options. Like, there's a bunch of mirrors in there that you could probably find another place if you don't feel like this is a safe place. I don't know how you guys feel about sleeping in a maze. I don't know. How would you feel about sleeping in a maze?
Yeah. McMuffin speaks and says, yeah, I don't want to sleep here where, the vines will eat me. And I don't want to go back to the spider. Very much not. So let's find somewhere else we can sleep. I'm sure there's somewhere it's safe we could find.
So do you want to walk through the maze to find one, or go back into the mirror?
Go back in the mirror.
We might have to fight the spider again, but for some reason I'm feeling a little more confident.
I'm more confident that we can take down a spider that's already entered than he looks at the hedge, than whatever the heck that was. Plus, I might actually stop by a mirror to grab something from one of them.
I love this. The ulterior motives of McMuffin are he wants clothes. He does. If safety be damned, that's totally in character for McMuffin, 100%.
The hedge mage, or the hedge only attacked when you tried to climb it, so I don't know. I don't think it could be a danger if we stay away from it.
But it's also a maze, so I'm sure there's other things aside from us here. And if that thing is dangerous, then I'm assuming that there's a reason for it. Then I'm assuming there must be something else around here. Someone must have done this.
Well, and I don't know what we're looking for when it comes to the mirrors. I mean, is there a place that we're trying to come out to?
Safer than here.
Yulia, when you ask that question, the book vibrates like a phone again.
Oh, gotta check my messages. All right, Yulia pulls it out, takes a look.
The book still says, first page, how to make tea. Delicious.
And if that McMuffin starts walking to the mirror.
But there's a new page with an entry that says, where do you want to go?
Not here.
Do we want to go back to the pool?
Safety. Clothes. Civilization.
We've got our friend, not a vampire, waiting with all our stuff.
It's a deceptively simple question. Do we want to go back to the man, Matt? What was his name? Malik,
yeah.
Malik, Maximilian.
Who's totally not a vampire.
Totally not, definitely.
Totally not. McMuffin raises his hands. How about we do something different entirely? Why don't we just say, let's go somewhere different that we haven't been to before?
And stuff there.
That could go horribly wrong, too. Like, let's go to the center of all volcano.
And specify somewhere safe.
Well, we did kill the dog thing before we went into the pool. So it was safe enough-ish. That guy did say that we could stay at his place.
And he is trustworthy, but I still do think that finding another place in the mirror would be a lot more fun. And also, I won't lie.
Can you ask the mirror, the book about mirrors? Like, can we keep using these mirrors and pools and stuff?
Won't hurt till we try.
Like, if we choose a place
McMuffin puts his head over
there, can we go back in?
Oh, yeah. McMuffin's going to look at the book and say, "Can we keep using the mirrors?"
Does the book respond?
It does, because you have it open. The where do you want to go disappears, and it just says
someone
yes.
is typing comes up underneath it.
Yeah, exactly. It's in sepia colored fountain pen. It says yes.
Can you take us somewhere safe?
And
I think that might be a little too general.
Yeah, it does not respond.
Can you show us the way back to Malik Maxwell?
And it says yes.
Can you do that right now, then?
And it flashes yes. It's a little bigger of a yes this time.
But you're not showing us anything. All you're doing is saying yes.
Yulia will try a little more courtesy.
Some time.
Will you show us the way back to Malik Maxwell? Or please show us the way.
Oh, that's a good question. Let me think. Cool. And it shows. All of a sudden, you see like a crude drawing of where you are. Like there's like a little square with paths going off, and little footsteps walk through the mirror. just like Harry Potter's Marauders map.
Oh, the Marauders map.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. Well, I think Yulia's ready.
Well, you heard the book.
Wait, where are we going?
We're going back to the mirror world.
I'm happy about that. Oh, Muffin is worried about going back to, like, the Witch Man, but it's 2 against 1, so he'll stick.
He very clearly, at least to Yulia, indicated that he was aware of Maven Mag. The whole "it's complicated" thing is deeply suspicious to her, so she wants to go back.
If Gorath,
Fair
do
enough.
we have any candles with us?
We still have the candelabra, don't we?
Did you guys... We can say you guys picked up the candles. You would have to have trudged back from where you dropped them and grabbed them, but sure.
Well,
Or
I'm
you
gonna take
or
a
you could
spare
still
candle,
get them. Yeah. Cool.
and I'm going to throw it into one of the hedges.
Oh, cool.
As we're leaving.
Okay. I like that. Cool. And you see the candle in it sticks, and it is absorbed, like the vine comes around it and absorbs it, and it disappears.
Oh, well.
No fire.
No fire.
I hate that hedge.
It killed you.
No, I just took a nap, a combat nap.
That is a fact. I love Canon, the combat nap. I love it.
All right. Well, Gorath will walk through the mirror. He's confident in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Yulia will follow right behind.
Let's say you didn't. Let's say Gorath had the candle, and there's still one candle. You guys could trudge back through the sticky to get it, since you left it behind, I guess.
Yeah, I did take one and stick it into the spider goo. So
Yeah. So you had one candle. There's still a candle. You can see it, but and you might need it. So you guys can trudge through the sticky. I'll let you just grab it. You don't have to, we don't have to do the whole sticky dance again.
Okay. Yeah, we'll say Yulia grabs it then.
is there any sign of the spider?
Just spider blood. Yeah, so you guys are probably looking up, and you're like, it's weird because you can see really, really far up, but then you just can't see anything. You can't tell if it's the ceiling. You can't tell if, like, it's just impossible. It's just like darkness. It's kind of ominous, but, in a dream sort of way, right? Like, it's not scary, I guess, but not knowing is probably unsettling.
The spider just decided we were too much work to deal with, so... Okay. Onward.
What's the book say?
Yulia will look at the book.
Yeah.
Does it have more footprints?
It does. So, yeah, so it's basically like a moving Marauders map now is the best way to envision it. And so I assume you guys are just going to be walking with this page open, right? Like the book is fairly large, right? Like it's not a small book, but it's not huge either. And so you can see that it continues in the direction you guys were originally coming, past the spider.
Yulia, could I ask you a question? The book.
Go right on ahead.
Can you take me to his flit? Yes, like curiously.
And it says there are mirrors.
Yulia asks
Hisflit.
McMuffin, why do you want to go back to Hisflit?
No, I don't. I just want to test it. See if it'll lead us to back.
Does Gorath still have his sword? that points things?
He does.
Good idea.
It is a good idea.
Gorath will pull out his sword and say,
Hissy fit.
Hissy fit.
Or hissy fit.
Yeah, the sword looks at me confused.
It's
for a
his
second.
split.
And the sword doesn't work in here, apparently. Like, it doesn't point anywhere. It doesn't do anything. And
I'm
to
sure
answer,
we can find our way back to his bullet.
the book does not specifically say Hespelit to you, McBuffin, but the response to your query, the map goes away, and it says, there are mirrors everywhere.
Oh. Can you... Then he says, can you find Santa? Now he's just kind of like... He wants to see if he can, like... Santo.
Siri, where is Santo?
Oh, you're asking Santa?
What's his last name? No, like Santo, whatever his last name is.
Santa Claus or Santo, your pilot?
Santo.
Kris Kringle?
Father Christmas.
And it doesn't respond to Santo.
Well, he's dead.
What's his last name?
But then it comes, it does like ... Finding a person can be difficult.
Oh. Well, can you find a clothing shop?
I'm sure if
Please.
we get back to Mr. Maxwell, he will have some clothing for you,
You
McMuffin.
left
Maybe
your
we
clothes
should
there, McMuffin.
concentrate.
You have clothes.
Yulia, I need my clothes. I need clothes now, not later.
I understand.
Well,
Elaborate
dead.
clothes, preferably. I'm pretty sure McMuffin, now that he's gotten a taste of elaborate clothes and elaborate robe, I think his skin would chafe at anything less.
Yeah, but he will gladly take anything.
I'm going to say Yulia has some sort of scarf on her and just sort of unties it and hands it to McMuffin, like, here. I know it's not sufficient, but just cover yourself up, please.
McMuffin ignores the scarf and looks at the book, waiting for an answer. He's disappointed in that scarf.
To the clothing store question, there is no response.
McMuffin sort of frowns and starts looking for mirrors.
And so you guys are, and it stopped showing the map because you guys asked it different questions, but you can definitely see down the path. There are more. There's plenty of more mirrors to go. You know.
Considering that we could be looking through mirrors for all of eternity, Yulia will ask the book once again, can you lead us to Cloud City and Malik Maxwell?
Please.
Please. And get McMuffin some clothes. Because he's a choosy beggar, apparently.
And yes, the book reenacts and starts with the tippy tip. Footsteps toward, headed straight towards where you guys were headed. And just to be clear, Malik Maxwell is a person, but he has a home, right? If you asked to find the balloon, and it also assumes. This is meta, right? I'm just saying, you're asking it where Santo is. It doesn't know where Santo is. But if you ask for a home or a location that has a mirror, it can tell you where that is.
Oh.
Interesting. Yeah.
Would our characters be able to, figure that out, or would I have to roll to figure that out? Because I want a metagame.
Right. So, I mean, you guys asked it the questions and it told you answers, and like it just told you finding people can be difficult, right? But when you said
okay,
so that's just what you. So I wanted to explain it so you guys just like it doesn't seem confusing, because like that seems confusing to me, and I didn't want to confuse you guys.
No, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you said Malik Maxwell's house, right?
Yes, but also, quick question. Have all of the mirrors that we've seen up until this point been actual human-made mirrors, or have we been able to look through the surfaces of water or things like that?
Just mirrors.
Okay. Well, I guess I would still insist on trying to see if there's a mirror in Mr. Maxwell's house that we can travel through.
Cool. And it just, you look at the book and it has steps. You know, it doesn't have the entire thing because it doesn't work like that, but it knows where that mirror is apparently. And so it's guiding you towards that.
Yeah, Yulia follows the book. McMuffin and Gorath can follow her if they want, but Yulia's following the book.
Cool.
The last time we split up, it didn't work out well for me, so I'm going to follow Yulia.
There's clothes at the end of this. So we're at time, and this is probably a good place to cut off because otherwise we get into a longer situation.